What's up, Guardians? My name is XCalion, and in today's video we're going to go over Trials and the changes therein. And just to give you a quick breakdown of this video, I'm going to first go over the TWAB and the patch notes that were released on 9/9/21 last week, and then after that I'm going to kind of give you, in closing, some pointers on how you can min-max the amount of rewards you get from playing Trials of Osiris. And I'm just going to tell you up front, there's some really great changes here that make Trials more accessible for everybody. And I mean everybody, right? Like, you don't have to be a sweat lord to be able to do this activity, especially not now. So, in opening, Trials of Osiris, the revamp begins. The short and sweet summary: we've overhauled the loot structure of Trials to grant more rewards even if you're not winning full matches. Trials Reputation has been added, which will unlock Trials engrams and other rewards on Saint 14 through a given season. We have a few rule set changes, such as resetting ammo and reducing rounds to 90 seconds, but nothing too major there. In a few weeks, we'll also be introducing Trials Labs, testing out deeper changes to the mode to see what plays best. As a final note, Trials Access now requires purchase of the current yearly expansion to aid in our security efforts. So, nothing too crazy, very basic stuff, very easy to understand. The first thing is, Trials now has a reputation system, not unlike Shaxx or the Drifter or Zavala have for the Crucible, Gambit, and Strikes. And this is huge, right? And they've been doing this for a while now, getting rid of some of the tokens in favor of reputation, more like Destiny 1, right? And I think that's a huge thing that definitely simplifies it. But I like it. I think everybody is kind of a fan of this. I know I certainly am. And then moving on from there, a few rule set changes, such as resetting ammo, which is great, by the way. So basically, Trials, the way it used to work is, whenever you picked up special ammo, you would, if you had more than your 2 rounds in your shotgun or sniper, that ammo would carry over into the next round. And that was crazy, I think. It was definitely, it was too much, right? It was just way too much. So they fixed it now to where that doesn't happen anymore. Now you have two shots in your special weapons, and that's it at the beginning of a round. You know, it resets now. So that's great. That's a huge change. One thing there I think could be better is, if you get picked up in the middle of a round, you get your special ammo back. And I think that maybe that's something else they could look at. If you use your special ammo, it's gone, right? If you shoot one sniper shot and you have 1 left and you go down and they res you, you should have 1 shot left. If you waste both of your shots and you go down and they res you, you shouldn't have any left. I just think that it's kind of a way to, help further balance it. You know, that ammo is very precious. Don't use it too much. The other big change being they reduced rounds to 90-second rounds, which is good because that pushes everybody to play, more in that amount of time. And through all of the cards that I played this weekend, through everything I did, never once did we go to a tiebreaker, right? Like, that just didn't happen at all. And I thought that was crazy, but I think the changes to 3 peaking, the changes to heavy, your heavy peaking with 3 peaking, and then the 90-second rounds, I think that just makes people a lot more aggressive, which is honestly how it needs to be. In a few weeks, they're going to be adding the Trials Labs, and that's interesting. It'll be cool to see what they do there. Everyone's kind of thinking that maybe they'll add a freelance playlist, and we'll see. But the big thing for me is Trials Access now requires a purchase of the current yearly expansion to aid in game security efforts. So you have to have the yearly expansion, this year being Beyond Light, next year being the Witch Queen, in order to participate in Trials of Osiris. And basically this just stops people from spamming free accounts in order to get into Trials. They get banned, they just make a new account and they keep going to do carries and stuff like that. It's healthier for the game. And being a premium activity, I believe, where you can get adept rewards, this is a good change. I don't think anybody's really complaining about that. And lastly, Trials brings a new legendary fusion rifle to the loot table of Destiny, introducing Reed's Regret, packing some stasis damage, and the ability to roll some fun perk combinations like Triple Tap and Vorpal Weapon. And another one to note is it can roll with Firing Line, which right now it is bugged, but once it's fixed, if they do fix it, it'll be better than Vorpal Weapon, a bigger damage, and it can be used on any enemies. You just got to be kind of close to your fire team. It's going to be great for Grandmasters, so check it out. You can see an image of it here. It's a very sexy linear fusion rifle. I dig it, that's for sure. It really does look pretty good. And then moving on, Saint 14 has refreshed his vendor inventory, giving Guardians the ability to target additional rolls on loot that they've previously acquired. This can be comparable to focusing engrams at the Emerald Decoder at the helm. Get out there, earn some engrams, and have at it. And just to give you guys an idea of what this looks like, here we have Saint 14's new inventory page. We have the rank rewards for the reputation system. Again, like I mentioned, just like Shaxx, Drifter, and Zavala. You can see currently I'm at rank 12, and it goes all the way up to 16, just like the others. The new passages are Ferocity. Your third win grants a bonus win, which is great. Mercy forgives 1 loss per run. That's just your basic. You want to go flawless, so that's probably your safest option. Wealth increases Trials rank points from reaching 3, 5, and 7 wins, and then Confidence grants a bonus rewards from the flawless chest. These are good changes. The only one that I don't really understand is Wealth, but yeah. This is the what it mentions. It talks about focusing your engrams. So whenever you rank up your reputation, you can get an engram from there, and you can either decrypt it to get something random, which will potentially give you something you don't already have, or you can focus it. And you'll notice you can focus an adept weapon. The only thing that it requires is that you have 7 wins on your ticket. It's not specific. It doesn't say it has to be a flawless ticket. You just have to have 7 wins on your ticket. And these are items that you do have to already have, of course. So once you get them, you can focus for the thing that you want most. It's not cheap. It's pretty expensive, but let's look at the card. All right, here, 7 wins flawless. You'll notice that there's not a 3-win kind of thing on here anymore like there used to be. You guys might remember that it was, 3 losses. If you lose 3 times, you had to reset, right? So now it's either you go flawless or you don't. Now, going over the patch notes. Patch notes as follows. Trials' reputation internal system has been rebuilt, aligning with that of other ritual reputations. Reputation gain per match is scaled by the number of round wins on a ticket. Trials passages are now account scoped. Purchasing the same ticket on an alternate character will not reset ticket wins. Passage of Ferocity is now available from the start. Passage of Wisdom is no longer available. Passage of Wealth now requires 7 wins. Unlocking a passage now unlocks it for the rest of the season. Replaced the weekly 3, 5, 7 win challenges with win rounds challenge. A new 7-win challenge is available on Saint 14, removed weekly bounties. Made changes to rule sets. Trials of Osiris round time reduced to 90 seconds. Trials of Osiris each round start with fresh special ammo. Crossplay must be enabled to participate in Trials. Added third-person camera restricted tooltip and load screen hint to Trials, Elimination, and Showdown. Trials of Osiris now requires the purchase of the current yearly expansion. Currently, Beyond Light is required to play starting on February 22nd, 2022. The Witch Queen will be required. For some basic tooltips, guys, after you get to a flawless passage, if you get 7 wins, you really are incentivized to keep your ticket. And what I mean is, so you get 7 wins, you go to the lighthouse, you get your adept. This week it's the Shayura's Wrath. Next week it's potentially whatever. But you can potentially get more of those by continuing on the same ticket. So long as you continue to win and you still have a flawless ticket, you can continue to get adept rewards. And even if you don't have a flawless ticket, you can still get like awesome materials, enhancement prisms, cores, even ascendant shards. But the big one is you can get those randomly. You can get those Trials engrams that you can decode for random loot, or you can focus. And that's just a great way. It's really good. Keep going. Keep going. Like that's really all there is to it. You really are incentivized to continue playing on that current ticket. And I'm really pleased with the changes myself. a few things that I think, you know, are a little different, you know, a little difficult to work with maybe. Like I said before, I think that so far as special weapons go, if you die, you have no special ammo, you don't get recovered with special ammo, right? I think that's pretty basic. The other thing is, and a lot of people are saying that there might be eventually a freelance playlist. Now, I have my thoughts about that. I feel like if you're going in to play Trials, you're going in to do it, right? Like, you know it's going to be difficult. A freelance playlist, I feel like that might dumb down the player population, and that could be a bad thing. I don't know. I know I'm not the only one that feels that way. The big thing about Trials being so successful this week is the fact that there's so many people playing that there's plenty of teams out there, you know? It's not just a bunch of sweat lords that you're going to have a hard time against. So I think that doing that, adding a freelance playlist, might actually be unsuccessful, you know, kind of go in the opposite direction, but I could be wrong. Maybe that would make it better for some of you guys. You guys let me know in the comments. Just try to have a fire team. And guys, I'm on. I want to play. I actually played Trials with Sniper64 just the other night. I think because of our communication problems, he's on Stadia, I'm on PlayStation. We had some communication problems that kind of made it hard to work together, but they'll fix that in the future. But guys, that's pretty much it for me. I'm really happy with these changes. I was able to carry my main fire team, Bat Sam and Bloodbane, to a flawless ticket, and they were able to get adept rewards for the first time ever. In 7 years of Destiny, they hadn't been able to do that, so it was pretty huge, and I'm very pleased I was able to do it with those guys. But yeah, let me know your thoughts, guys. I really appreciate you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help the algorithm, after all. And as always, Godspeed, my friends.